Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Greg. How are you?
Good. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Just got to say, I mean, like I'm telling everybody, this has been such a gripping series where you just want to watch it, episode after episode after episode.
Fantastic.
And and here you are, you're one of the stars and also executive producer. First, talk a little bit about that. What made you want to bring this, to the screen, the television screen?
I just think that Akiva had a really, really ambitious idea, something that was very unique. I think this show is kind of the perfect balance of being very nostalgic towards, New York in the 70s and the types of shows that were coming out at that time. And then also, this new age era of TV. I think it kind of is the perfect balance of both. I think it's very unique, incredibly ambitious. And for me, it's kind of everything I could ever look for.
I know, like in the beginning when he was downtown or, there in New York and saw on the marquee, Frank Sinatra. And I'm
Right.
going, gosh, I wish I'd be there for
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, right. Absolutely.
I mean, just completely fascinating, and also just getting involved with the story. Like I've told everybody, we're all invested in pretty much every character because we want to just see what's going on, what's happening, and the best part is to an extent you really don't know as a viewer until you get to certain things, which I think is just great because it just makes you keep wanting to come back and watch each episode over and over again.
Fantastic. Well, that's great to hear. I think it from myself as a producer and our other producers and our directors, it was very important that this show is as much about the people that surround Danny as it is about Danny. We've got wonderful performances in this show. I think Sasha is absolutely breathtaking in the role of Ariana. I think Amanda does a great job. Emmy does a wonderful job. Her performance in episode 9 is absolutely fucking brilliant. Chris in the last two episodes in the courtroom is excellent. Some of our younger cast who were stepping onto set for the first time just did so fantastic. Sam with Mike and Levon with Johnny and everyone else involved, they just were brilliant. So I was so lucky to be surrounded by such great people, and I'm so glad that they've all done so well with the show.
Absolutely. And like I've told everybody else, knowing so many people always think they can figure something out. Told a couple of friends, you're just going to have to watch it all the way to the end because
Yeah.
guaranteed you're going to get it all wrong.
Right. I think that's done by design. We wanted people to feel like they were getting somewhere and the show to constantly be pivoting and going where you'd least expect. It's kind of what I love about the show. It's what I'm so excited about. I'm really eager to be a part of that conversation. I'm going to be very present online with the fans after each episode comes out. And what do you think? What do you think's going to happen? And it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Tom, thank you so very, very much for your time. Like I said again, really enjoyed this series, really gripping and really pulls you in. And then here's something, this will not be in the interview, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you look behind, you can tell I'm a big Beatles fan.
Yes.
So you're a nice tip of the hat there.
Fantastic. Me too. And I'm honored that we're allowed to use their music.
Fantastic. Tom, thanks again. Take care. Look forward to talking to you the next time.
Thank you. Speak to you soon.
Hi, how
Hi,
are
Emmy,
you?
how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you so much. I just have to say, I mean, this this series is quite the ride. Where when I first started watching it, you keep thinking, okay, I'll just watch 4 episodes and save the others till tomorrow or whatever. If I could have, I would have watched everything in a row because this truly just pulls you in. What was it like when you got the script and you're reading? Were you able to put it down for a little bit, or did you just want to continue to go as well?
I thought that the scripts were so surprising and thought-provoking. The evolution of the characters, the mystery as it unfolds. I was really moved by the parallel journeys of mother and son in this story, and the coping mechanisms and survival skills that they have learned. I can't say too much more than that,
Right.
but I found it quite moving and thought-provoking.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm kind of like with you. It's kind of like, okay, got to figure out what you want to say, what
Sure.
you can say.
It's like dodging
But
hot lava.
right, right. It's like it was in color. That was great.
Yes,
So
exactly.
we'll be happy with that. But I told some friends of mine about it. The ones who always know or always go, "Oh, I knew this in the beginning" or whatever. It's like, no way. Are you
Yeah,
going to be able
I
to do?
thought that the way that the mystery evolves and the more and more that we learn about the characters' backstories, as told through a series of interviews with Amanda Seyfried's character, the more of the pieces of the puzzle that come together, the more profound the story feels and also shocking, but in a way it all starts to make sense in a way that has been hopefully thrilling and exciting as you go.
Right. And as you'd even mentioned about, mother and son kind of going on this journey together, where any mother, of course, they love their child. They don't want anything to ever happen to them. But she's got things that she's dealing with as well.
Yeah, I think that the challenge of playing an imperfect mother, I think we're all human. We all have imperfect parents, and no matter how hard we try, we will be imperfect parents. I think it's having a greater sense of empathy and hoping that the blind spots that we have hopefully don't hurt the people that we love the most. I think that's the ultimate tragedy of this story and the grief and loss that is being weathered here.
No, that's for sure. Like you said, you'll watch it, folks, and just kind of go, hopefully things like this aren't happening per se in your life, but it's kind of like, okay, just gotta, figure certain things out just to make things better.
I think family secrets are fascinating, and I think the things that we hide from each other in order to protect each other, the things that we hide from ourselves to protect ourselves, I think those go so deep. And I think that that's fascinating to watch a story like that unfold. And also, it brings up a lot in us personally of wondering what the secrets our parents held from us, about things that may have even happened to us that we may have repressed that we don't remember. I thought it was just a really fascinating look.
Yeah, and again, you're absolutely right, because the older you get, like you said, not that things went the way they did, in the series, but you find out certain things that your parents had to go through,
Yeah,
and you're just gonna go, I never knew that, I
sure,
got my GI Joe for Christmas and I was just happy.
sure.
So, yep. But Emmy, thank you so much. Appreciate it, and I
Thank you.
look forward to having a bunch of my friends all watch this, and you
Thank
know,
you.
I know they're going to enjoy.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Take care.
Hi, Sasha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. First, just want to start out tremendous performance in this series. Very,
Oh,
very,
thank you.
very good. Also, have to ask you, I have been asking everybody else this. When you got the scripts, on this series, what were some of your thoughts when you're just reading through this thing?
Well, I never got the full script in the beginning.
Mhm.
So it was kind of me also being like, what's gonna happen? Like, what does this all mean? Where does it tie in? And I think Akiva is truly like an incredible writer. And I love when people are writing through their own experiences, but also like so many other people's, and then bringing it together into one story, or I guess a couple multiple stories. But I was just so excited to be a part of this. Well, I wanted to be a part of this, that I knew that it was going to be something truly incredible. Like off the bat, I knew that.
Oh, that's for sure. I can already imagine now when your friends start watching it, they're going to start calling you going, okay, what's going on? What's going to be happening next?
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like, you just have to wait and watch. Because yeah, I'm the same way. I've got friends who always say they claim they know everything right from the beginning.
Yeah.
That watch this, and if you tell the truth, you're going to owe me dinner. So I think I got a bunch of steak dinners coming my way.
Yeah. There you go. That's a smart way to play it. I'm gonna do that. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get me some meals in there.
But yeah, I mean, just this whole, like you said, just tremendous ride. I mean, we just get to see, I guess you could say, the inside of so many people and different things, that are going on, that it makes you kind of vested in all the characters. I mean, you could easily pick
Mhm.
one, but it's almost like whoever's there, you're like really in tune with them.
Yeah. I think I love when any film or show does that, that it's so character driven and that you genuinely are seeing that person and that person alone once they enter the screen, and then shifting around. It's my favorite kind of situation, because I'm just so curious about people, that I love when something really is just so heavily focused on them.
And you're right. I mean, again, yeah, it's a fun ride because you don't know, what the heck's going on. Like we said, again, you think you do, and then something happens and it's like, blew that answer. So
Yeah.
let me find a different way. And then, of course, working with Tom, who's executive producer as well. I mean, you guys just really, hit it off well on screen.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was really nice working with him. I think we found a really good groove to it. I think it was what was needed for that to have that comfortability and that safe space and to be able to bounce off of each other.
That's for sure. Well, again, I'll be telling more of my friends, hey, check it out. Get your dinner cards ready.
There you go.
Sasha, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey,
And how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
good.
you. I've been telling everybody, this is just one of those series where it just pulled you in, starting from the first episode where I wish I had started at 9 in the morning because I would have watched the whole thing through the evening. Because
Really?
as you
Yeah,
know, yeah, we get to the
It's a
end and
lot
it's
of
like,
hours.
right.
Yeah.
But I got to find out more. And so, kind of like along that same line, what was it like for you when you were reading the script and seeing this story?
That was very similar. I couldn't just stop after one script. I had to read all three, and then I had some outlines for I think up until episode 6 or episode 8, and it was beautiful. It was subject matter that is tough to. It's tough to write in a structure where people will want to continue that journey. It's powerful. It's important. It's tense, and it's mysterious. And Akiva Goldsman was able to write all of that in such a special, intriguing way. And I only really got that experience when I was reading it, and it's so sad that I'm not going to get that big discovery.
Ah.
But it's okay. I'll give it to the rest of the world, and I'm
There
excited.
you go.
Yeah,
Right.
it'll be nice to see how people respond to it. But I'm glad that you wanted to continue just binging it because we're in that culture right now anyway, and I think this is the perfect thing to binge.
Right. That's not something funny, especially if it was 3 years ago. Oh, everybody would have, boom,
Yeah.
just right on that whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And even like with your character, I mean, she had her part, of course, in the story, but I also saw her as the eyes, ears, and mouth of those of us who were the viewers.
Yeah, exactly. Someone had mentioned earlier today that they had all these questions, and then I would ask them, and they were so glad that Raya was channeling, or you're channeling her. Like she is the entry point into it, and that's fun to play. But there were times when I had to be a little bit ahead of the audience, or times where I had to be with the audience, and staying on track of how much to give away, and also how much does Raya know in this moment? Does she? Oh, she doesn't know that yet, right? And it was just it was hard to keep track of sometimes. And we had Akiva on set to help guide us, and our directors were incredible at keeping that theme and pulling that thread through all 10 episodes. It was just really fun. It was really surprising in a lot of ways too, because it's the dark subject matter and the heavy subject matter, but it was a lot of fun as well for me.
Right. And as I told someone else, I've got, like everybody, you've got those friends who, I usually can break something down, right at the opening, blah, 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 blah. I said, if you tell the truth, at the end of this, let me know what you think and let me know if you could figure anything out.
Right.
Because if you owe me a steak dinner. So I have a funny feeling I'm going to have a lot of steak dinners coming my way.
I hope you're right. I do hope you are full of steak. For all of us, for the sake of the show and for the sake of the experience of being surprised or being, bamboozled, or I don't know if bamboozled is the right word, but we want to be entertained as well as learn. So I think this.
Oh
does
yeah,
both.
and it encompasses all that and much more. Amanda, thank you so much for your
Thanks.
time. Always a pleasure. And take care and talk to
Thank
you
you.
the next
Good luck
time.
with the steak. Thank you.
You got it.